they the shit that they use to put a finish on those things is like industrial as fuck. It needs to be literally sandblasted off in order to put a new exterior finish on. I did not know this. It was due to my inexperience with log cabins, I guess. And so, long story short, I had gone to this place. It ended poorly. I did not do that job. I went there, I power washed it and all this stuff, blasted it, and fucking. But while I was doing some of that stuff and caulked and did, different stuff, or actually like a sealant, it's not, you don't put caulk on a fucking log cabin. It's more like a polyurethane sealant caulk. Anyway, so I was doing some of that shit. Well, I was over there one day, and this was like 2012, and it was July, beginning of July, one of the hottest that I remember in my lifetime. It was like, it peaked out that week I was going to do that log cabin. It peaked out at 112 fucking degrees.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Yeah, in Illinois, 112, you feel every fucking bit of that shit. Because it's humid on those days too. It is. So you get punched in the face and your fucking breath is stolen out of your lungs the second you walk out the door. You're like, oh, instantly like sweating by the time you get to the car. Just fucking bullshit.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Yeah. So
there's nothing you can do to make it any better.
No. You just have to wait it out and everybody's pissed off. Anyway, one of these days it was hot as balls like this. Not like 112, but high 90s and shit. Hot. I went over to this log cabin house, and this woman was kind of fastidious and a bit wound a bit tight. Not terrible, pleasant, certainly nice. And she had two daughters or something like that. I think they were in high school or some shit. And I'm there the first day, power washing, taking down shutters, doing all that shit. And I'm having a square or two in the, there's a rule of thumb, if you're going to have a cigarette, fucking go out to the curb, yada yada. And I guess I was too close to the house. No windows were open, but I think I asked for some water at some point. And maybe there was like a lingering thing. I don't know. But their mom comes home at the end of the day. They tell her, she comes right out, no cigarettes around my house. I'm like, okay, no problem, of course. And then she goes, and it's just a filthy habit and all this stuff, right? So I'm getting judgment. I'm like, all right, I said I wouldn't smoke near your house anymore. End of story. But I'm getting this lip out of her and shit, man. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Cut to like a day or two later. I'm up like the back of the house. It's weird because it's a log cabin. So there's a back porch on it with a fucking roof, and that is where up above that roof, that little roof line, there's more siding and there's a couple windows, like bedrooms are up there. So I'm up there, and all of a sudden I start hearing this fucking like, I just start hearing this shit. I'm like, the fuck is that? I keep hearing it. I think maybe somebody's sick or something. Maybe somebody's in trouble. Because it sounds like they're in pain. Like, oh, God, my appendix or something. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So I go over to this bedroom window. And I'm like, I'm about to look in and go, is everything okay? And just as I'm about to knock on the window, I look, and it's the daughter, one of the daughters, and a friend of hers. And that friend was getting to know the daughter really well. Like another girl, yeah. Yeah, and they're getting to know you. Oh boy. And she's like, oh, well, she might have been in some pain. I don't know, but it wasn't purely pain. You know, there was a lot of pleasure involved in that, I guess. So I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, you know, and I get the fuck down off the roof. I'm like, fucking, no. They're fucking teenagers. Fuck this shit. Nah. I just get the fuck down. Immediately, I go to the other side of the house. I'm like, whatever. So about 45 minutes later, I needed some fucking water, man. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I don't want to disturb their moment in the sun, their afternoon delight. Afternoon delight. I don't want to bug them. But I knock on the door. And the daughter comes to the door. And dude, her whole face is just beet red. She's like, just all Twitter pated and shit. Blown out, I guess. I was like, can I have some water, please? Oh, yeah, sure, okay. Oh, yeah. All fucking flustered and shit. I'm like, oh no. Like, next thing the mom will come home and she'll fucking be blaming me for her daughter being a lesbian or some shit. It was coming. Not to mention the scope of work was entirely unrealistic with what I had estimated it to be. So, I was paid up to that point, and then we moved on from there. Yeah. Oof.
Oh well.
Yeah, it was okay.
At least you got a free show.
Jesse McLean Tiffin. No, I did not.
You worked for every minute of it.
Yeah. Now, had they been 21, hey, I might have said, well, this is not going to happen every day of my life. So maybe I have a cigarette break right next to the window while they're moaning it out and shit. Listen, pervo, no. I got the hell off that roof because those were fucking kids. And I'm like, I'm not going to be spying on her first fucking nut with a fucking, her first lesbian nut. No. That's some shit you wouldn't be able to
Like the painter was stealing.
Yeah. The painter was spying on me while I was changing. No, I didn't. It's some fucking bullshit. Yeah. But if they, like I said, if they would have been older, I would have waited for them to either finish or notice me, and then I would have been like, can I get some water? Oh, hey, by the way, do you want me to clean the gutters out while I'm up here? I could really use some water. Especially right now, I'm a little warm. I got a little hot there.
It's like 100+ degrees.
Yeah, sweating balls. Listening to her first lesbian moans and shit. I'm like, oh God, why? She was loud, dude. Loud. Yeah, it's closed windows. I'm outside on the first floor. I'm like, what the fuck? When I first heard it, I was
time to be doing that.
Yeah.
People working on the house.
Middle of the afternoon. It was summertime. I get it. You're trying to bust a nut while mom's at work. You know, fair enough. But you know I'm fucking there. What the fuck? I always make it a point, if I know the people are home, to at least knock on the door before I start working on the house so they know I'm there, and I'm not putting up a ladder while they're getting changed and shit.
Yeah, that's not a comfortable situation.
Boing on the top of a ladder? No. Hard.
You You get pushed off the ladder.
While you're hard at work. You're like, oh, I'm conflicted. I've got a boner, but I'm going backwards on my extension away from my house. This is not. That's quite a juxtaposition to jump from boner to broken neck. Fucking blink of an eye and shit. Oh shit! Like Craig the Peg almost got hit in the fucking head with a radio on the top of the ladder. I was like, man, that would have killed you outright, man. Done. For those little guys, man, he and his brother, they're little guys. A fucking fall like that, dude. Woo! I mean, they're like 4.5 feet tall. Shit, that'll kill you.
She threw a radio at his head.
Yeah, just barely missed his head. Whoosh. Went fucking flying by his goddamn skull, man. He's like, oh! She's like, take your Moody Bible radio, get the hell out of off my fucking property.
Oh. He fucking asked for it.
Well, yeah, dude, you don't start talking to some client's kid about, hey, I think you might be gay and, you know, we need to save your soul and shit. No, dude, then you're a fucking creep who needs a radio thrown in his fucking skull while he's on the top of a 28-foot ladder. Oh, just narrowly missed his fucking, oh, God. Just boom. Could you imagine somebody just grabbing something like this and just fucking throwing it at your head as fucking hard as they can and just smacks you in your mouth? Oh, fuck. You better have brought your flying shoes that day. Fuck. Uh-oh.
Trying to play this weird tuning.
What weird tuning? It was this. Fun times. What tuning? What makes it weird?
Just the ukulele tuning.
Is that the standard ukulele tuning? Have you downloaded charts of the chords and all this shit?
Not recently, no.
Do you already know a bunch?
No, I just kind of fuck around with it till I find something I like.
I see. Well, why don't you make fucking chords and then you can play songs and go from there, you fiddle-dee-dee?
Yeah, I should. I don't pick it up very often, though, that's the thing.
You pick it up every time you pick up your penis, you pick up the uku right after it.
Yep.
So it's just every now and then when you're like, oh, I guess I'll slap it around a little for a minute.
Yeah, a little fast fret on there.
Ooh, I like it. Dunlop polish followed by fast fret. It's a successful combination, so they tell me. What the hell kind of... Don't do it, Tom Sheehan on me. Motherfucker, don't do it. Oh shit, I just dropped his name fully. Oof. I'll have to fucking zip that. Well, I've got hours of recorded material with him fucking noodling around in my apartment. Jesus Christ. I was like, did you ever select like actual sections of something to play so that you're actually making parts that are recognizable? Motherfucker, the word scale is not a license to be an idiot. You know, you can create melodies from scale and harmonies from the scales, dickhead. Not just play scales. Or whatever the fuck kind of retarded concrete-eared shit you're making up with your half-assed fucking Grateful Dead impressions. I mean, that's some fucking lame shit.
Got some angst built up, don't you?
Huh? Oh, no.
have you been going through some of the recordings or what?
No, I've listened